Hello, this is GetJesse again, here with a somewhat special video of Killzone 3. Now the main point of this video is to show the game freezing, in the hopes that maybe someone at Guerrilla will see it and say, hey, there's a freezing issue, maybe we can do something to fix it. But whatever. It only happened to me once so far, but since it did happen, I don't really want it to happen again, and I definitely don't want it to happen when the game releases fully, because, you know, then the game probably won't count, and I'll lose experience, and I'll miss out on all the stuff that I just did for that game, and so on. So anyway, before we get to that though, right now, I just took a few segments of the game I was in. I have no idea what the final score was, and I don't know exactly what my kill-to-death ratio was, since, you know, I didn't get to see the score at the end of the game, and I never actually opened the scoreboard during the game. But if, according to the quick counts that I did, I got about 37 kills, about 11 deaths, and 7 assists. That's what I counted doing a quick run through the video anyway. But here I'm showing off a kill streak that I went on during the game. This is an 11 kill streak. As always, I am the tactician class with my good old reliable M82 assault rifle. And right now our goal was to protect the assassination target, and what I was doing in this room was cutting off their advance so they couldn't flank around and get the target. And now the objective has changed to a defensive objective, so now I'm just gonna, you know, it's in a convenient location, so I'm just gonna stay right where I am and continue to kill people as they come. And I really love the M82 assault rifle. It's definitely, I haven't used all the classes yet. I've just been messing around with the engineer and tactician so far in the beta. But I really love the M82 assault rifle. And my 11 kill streak gets ended by a medibot. So it's kind of a anticlimactic way to die, but what can you do? So here's another little streak from the game. This one's not quite an 11 kill streak. I think it's maybe a 6 kill streak, something like that. But here we're on the same objectives again. So I'm gonna go over here to the objectives and defend them. And this is more of a direct defense than what I was doing before, because I'm directly at the objectives, obviously. And so this time I'm going to let the enemies come to the objectives instead of cutting them off before they come to the objectives. My bot's out here covering the back of our squad. I don't know if they're called squads in this game, but I call it a squad. Our team, I guess. So basically, I'm just going to stay next to the objective and then pop out whenever I think someone's coming. And you can sound whore a little bit in this game. I've got a headset, and I use it to hear footsteps when enemies come around. And that's one thing I like about this game. You can actually sound whore a little bit better than you can in Black Ops. In Black Ops, it's really hard to sound whore. There's a kill streak of 3. So I'm just killing them as they come. The stupid thing that they're doing is that they're just kind of rushing in here without really being careful as they approach. Or they're doing what that guy was doing, leaving themselves wide open without any cover. And now an engineer just an engineer just built a sentry turret inside this room, so it's going to be quite difficult for them to get in here. And my team, as you can see, we're just hanging out around these objectives, protecting them. And the enemy team can't really get through that much. At all, actually. Shouldn't say that much. And this guy's trying to be smart, so I'm just going to come back behind him and melee him in the face. And somehow I get killed. Don't quite know how that happened. Oh, and here is where it freezes. I spawn at the tactical spawn point on the other side of the objectives, behind the objectives, and I freeze as I run off. And the interesting thing about this freeze is that even though the game completely freezes and my PlayStation freezes, I can't get into the PlayStation menu, you can still hear the microphones of my allies talking. I don't know if you can hear it in the video, but since the sound's going to be turned down low, but you can definitely hear them. I could definitely hear them while I was frozen. And eventually I just had to do a hard reset of the PlayStation and turn it off completely.